Hey guys, welcome up to Season 4, Episode 14 of Criminal Minds. Here we go. You're walking through a red forest. Missing! Oh. Dead.
The body you found in the woods, it wasn't Brooke.
Do you know who?
It was Lynette Hagen. May I ask you why?
He says it could tell him things.
What? He says it could tell him things? Really? I hope you're not paying this guy.
What is it? Current influences should turn this day into one with plenty of potential, but avoid the trap of trying too hard.
Oh, you were just jealous because you don't have the magic ingredient.
I have the magic ingredient. It's called Splenda.
All right, Skeptic, what's your sign? Uh-oh.
No.
No, is that in April? Reed, we need a DOB on Prentice.
7:12 a.m., October 12th, 19...
Hey! Libra, should have known. A romantic opportunity may experience a slight hitch thanks to the pesky lunar influence, which could have you dipping into a rather
this stuff
chilly
is
mood.
such crap.
If being demonstrative and warm is difficult.
Oh, hey, that's new, isn't it? Yeah, citrine. It's Henry's birthstone. Will and I both got one.
Oh, that's sweet.
You done with this?
All yours.
Thank you. There's been a string of abductions
She's annoyed.
in Washington going back 9 months. 4 women in all.
It's almost mummified.
Not exactly.
Frozen?
Embalmed. That's different. Yeah, so the time of death is a bit of a question mark right now.
Where did they find her?
Makes it difficult to know how long she was there.
What?
Says the victims were abducted about 3 months apart. He's rotating his victims out. There gotta be more bodies up there.
Yeah, a lot more than 4. What is this? What word did she use? It's not mummified, but it's close to mummified. It's almost like he's turning them into statues.
So if I wanted to embalm a body, what's the process?
Embalm.
Start with some nose plugs.
Blood is drained through the jugular vein and replaced with embalming fluid through one of the 2 major arteries. It usually takes a few hours.
Some people like to look good for their funeral.
But it's not them. It's just a shell, polished and painted. I just want to be cremated.
Preserve a corpse from decay. Originally was okay.
He wants to hold on to them. It's a possession issue.
This way they can never leave. Maybe fear of abandonment speaks to his history.
But eventually, even an embalmed body will decay and he finds himself in need of new victims.
That explains the abduction cycle, a new victim every 3 months.
I really don't think I've ever heard that word
2
before.
of the remaining 3 women are already dead.
Oh.
What is it?
Detective, we got something up here.
That, I see a hand.
The answer to your question, Detective, is yes. This killer can't dismember these women. He cares for them.
Brooke worked the closing shift the night she disappeared.
That's...
She would have walked this way to her car.
He was quick, surprised her. 11 p.m. It was dark. He had cover. She probably never saw him coming.
So it says in here they've recovered her necklace, amethyst, broken chain.
Right here, right next to the car.
Did you process the necklace?
Guy by the name of Stanley Usher. He helped find a kid in Portland a couple years ago.
Private investigator.
A psychic.
What does it have to do with the necklace?
Apparently he can read personal things.
Oh, I'm sure he can.
Their aura. I don't know.
You fell for that
So what did he
shit?
tell her?
Chances are this is all too late.
It's her daughter. She has to have hope, right?
Hope's one thing. False hope is something
Hey,
else.
rebellions are built on it.
Yeah. Not by choice.
There are cases.
There's your
where
Star
people
Wars
do-
quote of the day.
But people are vulnerable. Right. Clues from Brooke's necklace.
Yes, sir. It's called token object reading, or
Psychometry. Yeah, you're not my first. A fenced-in area, the color orange, and the numbers 8, 6, 7.
Does that help you?
So, Mr. Usher, if you have your personal item, you think that you can tell if someone's alive or dead.
God.
Did you get anything else about her condition?
only that she felt weakened, tired. I don't know, heavy.
Heavy. Can I talk to you for a second?
I don't know what they're gonna go on this route with that guy. This guy.
A little. And I've seen guys like you come into the lives of grieving families.
Biggest clowns.
Listen to me.
I don't trust these people at all.
Needs is some con man getting her unrealistic
Exactly.
ideas.
With all due respect, sir, you may not know what she needs.
Your dumbass does not have powers.
Perpetrators.
We're not talking about my job.
Well, maybe we should be. Because there are a lot of people out there that don't believe in what you do either.
What he does is real.
Just got a call.
What you do is made up in your head.
Lynette Hagen, Aaron Bonham, and Melissa St. Clair, all involved. And these are recent photos, though. These two had much longer hair at the time of their abduction.
Yeah.
So the innocent cut it.
Something else he may have done. Their ears have all been double pierced.
What?
But I did find trace amounts of semen.
You're saying it may have been consensual?
No.
She said they were dead. Scam. These guys talk without saying anything and you're falling for it.
Well, he said that Brooke's alive, so I guess I just want to believe him.
JJ, you know the profile.
A necrophiliac has no use for a live victim.
You ready to talk to him?
Necrophilia. Ugh. God, that's disgusting. That's so disturbing.
Garcia, I need you to run a full background check for me. Name's Usher. Stanley Usher.
He's getting under his skin. See, I'm just like, oh, wow, a fraud. Okay, let's move on.
Our unsub is a white male in his mid to late 20s.
This projection of the loved one, coupled with his need to preserve the victims through embalming,
Why would
is similar
he-
to the psychopathology of serial murderer Ed Gein. Gein had an Oedipal complex.
I talked about Ed Gein a long time ago.
From a stroke. After she died, his obsession compelled him to dig up corpses of women who resembled his mother. So persistent was his desire to resurrect his dead mother.
He
that
created a
actually
skin
dressed
suit.
in female suits fashioned from human skin.
Ugh.
Eventually, Gein grew unhappy with the flesh of dead bodies, which had a tendency to dry and crack. So he shifted his focus to live victims whose bodies he could better preserve.
He was declared mentally insane.
Victims will also be mirrored in our unsub's maturation.
We put together a list of incident reports prior to 2006.
He was placed
You're
in
gonna want
the
to follow up on these. They are inappropriate
Mendota
post-mortem
mental
conduct,
institution?
cadaver theft, and graveyard disturbances.
The odds of finding Brooke Lombardini alive are slim, but the quicker we identify the killer, the better her chances are. For her sake, let's work fast.
Ed Gein was a wild
That
one.
lawsuit is a joke. Was the body taken?
No, body was just a pile of bones. They stripped her clean though. Cleaned off with jewelry, dress.
I won't lie. It happens in the industry. I didn't like the attention he paid the female cadavers. I come to find out they like to do their makeup, put a wig on them and such.
Can you describe the wig for me?
We cleaned out his locker after his termination. There she is.
Is it blonde?
He never came back for it. Imagine
That's more Targaryen-like, but you know,
This man's name.
that works.
If you're suggesting I'm some kind of murderer, then you are way out of line.
So you wouldn't object to giving us a sample of your DNA?
I don't know, no.
We can get a warrant.
I think I've said all I'm going to say.
Did you find anything on Ivan Bakunis?
Nothing in Judy, but he was expelled from.
Some people would be like, oh, that's suspicious, but
Sexual?
He was slipping her tranquilizers and having sex with her while she slept.
You're kidding, right?
We profiled a man of means. According to his tax records, Bakunis hasn't held down a job since he graduated college. He lives with his mother, doesn't have a car.
The embalming equipment, the drugs, that stuff's not cheap.
Look, this guy likes to get it on with dead people.
it's gotta be rich.
If that's not probable cause, I don't know what is.
Yeah, but he doesn't fit
911
the
operator
actual
said
one we're
source
going
called
after.
someone claiming to be Brooke Lombardini.
911, what's your emergency? Can you speak up, ma'am? Okay, ma'am. Can you look outside? Can you see a street name or an address? Ma'am? Can you kill me? Please, help me.
That's her. That's Brooke.
You sure? She's barely audible.
Why would someone who is not Brooke call 911 and say they were?
Sometimes people get off injecting themselves into the story. You've been on TV now, and that could bring out a lot of sick individuals.
Stanley said she was alive. This proves it.
Stanley Usher has a vested interest in telling you that your daughter is alive. I had a colleague look into it. Usher was charged with fraud in Oregon before he pulled up stakes and moved here.
I get that. That was kind of out of line.
Abby, hold still.
She kind of looks familiar.
Who's Abby? 911 call came from a disposable cell. No ID, but they trace it to the nearest tower and narrows it down to a 20-mile radius. Fiancé probably turned it off when he found her with it.
I mean, if you found her.
Why, he's calling her Abby.
I agree with you about psychics. The fact is, Sandra Lombardini positively identified her daughter's voice. We have to assume that call was genuine. So what do we think? So he's trying to break her down, make her surrender her identity?
That's what he's waiting for.
Probably change her into Abby.
Wants to hold on to.
So the longer she holds out, the longer she stays alive. And as soon as she accepts her new role.
Tell me a story, Abby. You know I can't sleep without a story.
What did you do to me?
Tell me a story, Abby.
I told you I'm not guilty!
That's not good.
Okay, thank you. That was the lab with the DNA results on those swabs.
No matches?
Now our guy's still out there.
What's he doing here?
Oh, hell.
Detective, a word?
Can't afford to let my ego get in the way on this one. Take all the help I can get.
Look, I'm happy to be wrong about Brooke. Hell, I'm praying I am. But I'm not wrong about this guy.
Mr. Usher, good to see you again.
And you?
Yeah, nothing is gonna change my mind. Nothing.
Tell me a story so I can sleep.
Come on, Brooke. Be smart. Just do it. Play the game.
You told him his errand and the stranger said that
I'm not doing it right! You're supposed to use the voices.
Okay, just tell me what you want and I'll do it!
I want Abby!
Abby.
Get in character. Oh. Please.
Well, what did he get off of the wig, Detective?
Enough to know that that's one sick puppy in there. Why don't you tell me about that?
Looks like a wig.
That is a magic wig.
I'm not denying he's
It changes
sick.
the identity of the dead.
What?
Well, I thought that's why you were putting it on the bodies at the morgue.
Is this wasting our time, though?
Makes the fantasy more real.
Why are we involved? We have to get involved with this because you brought this guy in during what we're going after.
Who are you trying to turn them into?
Many would argue it's a victimless crime.
What's victimless about Lynette Hagen?
Who?
Or Melissa St. Clair?
I don't know these women. Okay, you have the wrong
necrophile.
What? You think I'm the only guy in town who likes to crack open a cold one?
Bruh, you did not. Oh, you did not just say that.
I don't kill people.
These profilers, their killer is trying to turn these girls into a loved one. Like a wife or a mom.
Open a cold one.
Mother a blonde, Ivan?
It's disgusting. The wig isn't even the important part. The wig has completed the look, but the shoes. Genuine article. That's what makes it real. Genuine article.
Reed,
I took a report of a grave robbery.
I thought you said it was just a simple theft.
if our Rancid is like Bakunis, then he needs the genuine articles from the true object of his affection to complete the fantasy.
Exactly. This grave could belong to that woman. Abigail Hansen.
That's her.
Okay, so I got her obit from the Olympian. Abigail Rena Hansen died suddenly at 26 from myocarditis.
The youth and his sweetheart entered the castle, which was now theirs, and held their wedding. Now all the kings roundabout, who had been in the troll's debt and were now out of it, came to the wedding and saluted the youth as their emperor. Long live the king! And he ruled over them all and kept peace between them and lived in his castle with his beautiful empress happily ever after.
And as soon as she accepts her new role, her fate is sealed.
It's freaking annoying. These people, I'm convinced, like, criminally insane.
Failed artist.
Guess that's what they call failing up.
Or marrying well.
It's like getting a pass, in a way. You know, you get thrown into a freaking hospital.
What kind of work did she do for you?
She was the au pair, and there was some cooking and cleaning.
She took care of the children?
Just the one, our son Roderick.
It's gotta be your son, obviously. She knows.
This is the two of them together.
Yep.
They were close.
Yup.
She basically raised the boy. Patrick likes to think he was a good father.
So, why do you want to know about Abigail?
Because your son's killing people.
I believe that there
And
may be a
he's
connection to some recent murders.
very disturbed.
We weren't here when it happened. We were on a cruise.
But Roderick was here with Abigail.
When we returned, we knew something was wrong. The smell. I didn't have a stomach for the details.
We'd like to speak to Roderick.
Well, if I knew where he was, I'd be happy to tell you. But we haven't spoken for years.
When he turned 21, he dropped out of medical school, liquidated his trust fund.
How
He was
much?
troubled. I had no idea he would have.
I already know it's the
They
guy,
don't
but
know
like,
for sure that he's... You don't know for sure. When was your last communication?
We got a letter about a year ago.
she
It's
knows.
exactly how they said
She
it.
knows.
Trust is empty in March.
Probably that the second she saw
Sir, the
and
thing is,
found
he's gotta be using straight
all that
cash,
shit,
but
she was
there's
like,
no
this-
paper trail on him for the last 4 years. Nothing
They
from the IRS,
failed
from the DMV. There's no property or utilities
as
in his
parents
You can't find
to get help.
name. Sorry.
9-year-old doing that shit? Yeah.
And the way this son was accustomed
Literally.
to living, after 4 years, he would need to...
Last episode, man. See what happens when little psychos.
Lines read.
Nothing that points to a specific location. He's basically saying that he's happy. That should be enough for her. It's essentially a goodbye letter.
We can't find him. Oh, hell.
What is this place?
It's home.
It was taken at their house on Mercer Island.
Waterfront property.
No one's lived there for 10 years. It's abandoned. I checked. This could be where he's holding Brooke.
He's sending him money.
What's that?
Roderick's dad. It's the reason Roderick never said goodbye to him in the letter.
Because
He
he's
never
not.
lost contact.
Never lost
That
contact with his dad.
supplemental
That
income
makes.
you were asking about, this is it. Every 6 months, a $50,000 wire.
Yeah, this is Western Union, though. There's no way to tell who's on the receiving end.
I'm telling you, he's sending it to Roderick. If you'd seen his father, you'd know.
This is where Brooks' 911 call originated. This Western Union is within the circle. Mercer Island isn't.
Oh, man.
We've got a location.
What do we think? Oh, God. Please hurry.
Is she alive? Paramedics!
He uses a barbiturate.
Start 2 large 4 IVs. Narcan 2 milligrams.
It doesn't mean shit.
For those who believe,
I don't.
No proof is necessary.
It's a TV show, first
For
off.
those who don't
Second, I just don't believe. I'm not. I need evidence. Nothing like that's ever proven anything to me.
I bet things seem worse. You want easy answers.
If you're gonna tell me not to believe in psychics, you don't have to.
You can believe in what you want, but when you're here,
Exactly. You can believe in what the hell you want. I don't care.
It works.
But I believe they're frauds.
I saw a mother losing her child, and
You related.
we didn't have any other leads. I thought, what harm could it do?
I asked the same question once. On her advice, we took the investigation in the wrong direction. The boy died.
Sorry.
It was a long time ago.
Well, we won this time. That's what matters, right?
Welcome back.
Man, another good one. Y'all, shit. Another good one. Hell yes. That was disgusting, though. That was so disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Holy shit. Nasty. But very well done. And, you know, and they mentioned Ed Gein, which I've mentioned before. He is a historic serial killer who, you know, kind of did some similar stuff here. Hello, pretty. And he wore people's skin, and he made bowls out of their skull, and like dug up bodies, and then eventually went to real people. And, you know, he got declared criminally insane, which means he lived out his years in the mental institution and passed away at the age of, 78? Lived a full life of mental institution, probably sedated and whatnot for decades. But, you know, that's just what happens when you get to this kind of crazy. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. Anyways, like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. I will see y'all next time.